Let's begin with module number 30 of strategic human resource management. We are talking about the strategic management process in this module. Now, if you people recall, we have talked about what is a strategy, the generic perspectives on a strategy, the phases or the four phases of a strategy. Now, the question is, let's ask yourself, what is the aim of a strategy? What is the purpose of a strategy or competitive strategy? So, here we will look at and explore this concept or try to answer this question. The aim of competitive strategy is to acquire a sustainable competitive advantage. Let me briefly explain or elaborate what we mean when we say sustainable competitive advantage. Simply, the competitive advantage means your organization has an advantage over your competitors. In other words, your products, whatsoever you are offering in the market, have an advantage over your competitors' products. For example, Apple iPhone has an advantage over other phones. That's why they are able to charge premium prices. And when the market is volatile, their sale is less affected as compared to the other marketers. Why? Perhaps they have a competitive advantage over their competitors. When we say sustainable competitive advantage, a competitive advantage which cannot last for longer time is not considered an competitive advantage. Why? For example, you reduce the price over your competitors. Do you have a competitive advantage? Yes. Do you have a sustainable competitive advantage? Answer is simply no. Why? Because you cannot sustain that competitive advantage if you have simply reduced the price. Your competitor can meet that competitive advantage just overnight. Tomorrow morning, you wake up and you have learned that your competitor has also reduced its price. So you couldn't sustain your competitive advantage. However, if you have developed a product at less cost, your competitors need to learn, and perhaps your competitor is not able to meet or undo what you have learned overnight. It takes a longer time. So there is a considerable variation in how organizations achieve a competitive advantage. Let me recall you guys that the purpose of competitive strategy is to help an organization to acquire or achieve a sustainable competitive advantage. Michael Porter, one of the famous author, he has written many books. The concept of a strategy, he is dominating the field for the last 30-40 years. His first book came in 1980, Competitive Strategy. Then he written another book in 1985, Competitive Advantage. And in 1990, he written another book, Competitive Advantage of Nations. And he is dominating the field. And he has offered two ways, mainly the two ways an organization can achieve a competitive advantage. One, simply you produce something at a less cost, however, not compromising on the quality. If you compromise on the quality and you produce something at a less cost, customers will not value your product because they know that this is a cheaper product and it's a cheap quality. That's why it's not easy for an organization to develop or to produce something or achieve this type of competitive advantage. To have this type of competitive advantage, you have to work through your supply chain, the cost of raw material, the processes to manufacture a product, or efficiency of your employees. The second type of competitive advantage is you produce something which is of high quality or have some differentiation as compared to your competitors. For example, some universities are known for better quality of education as compared to others. Some detergent, they are charging more prices. They are known for better quality of cleaning for some reasons. Similarly, the Rolex watch, it's a differentiated product. Its quality is totally different or its market is totally different from rest of the competitors. So you differentiate your product from other customers. When you are able to differentiate, you have a competitive advantage. This is often a very costly strategy. You need a lot of investment, lot of resources to develop products which are different from your competitors, which are valued by your competitors. So these are the two perspectives offered by Michael Porter how companies can sustain and develop a competitive advantage. However, very contrary on the totally or completely other side of this notion means idea. The completely other side of this notion is the resource based view of the organization. We will talk about this concept or this strategy later on. However, this is in contrary to what we have learned low cost strategy and differentiation strategy. Thank you.